In a certain sense, Abbey Caskets began in 1854 when the first monk was buried here at St. Meinrad Arch Abbey. The first casket that monk would have been buried in would have been one that was fabricated here in a shop, a carpenter on hand. Could have even been one of the locals who was a carpenter or a farmer. The tradition in monasticism is to be simple in our lifestyle, in the way that we treat one another, and in the way that we live on the land. Many of our seminarians over the years and others who've come here and have seen our funerals were touched by the simplicity of our services and were impressed by the simplicity of the casket that we used to bury our monks in. So in 1999, we took that basic design and brought it to local cabinet companies who could provide the highest quality along the same lines, but perhaps a little nicer.
The most important thing about building an Abbey casket is the quality. The quality is first and foremost. It has to be perfect.
Because the product stands for St. Meinrad Arch Abbey, and the product says something about our spirituality and our desire to love God, we like the product to have the highest quality possible.
It's the worst time of somebody's life, and you just don't need any hiccups on it. It just has to be a quality product.
It gives me great joy to know that I'm building a high-quality product for a family at their time of need whenever they lose a loved one. It gives me a real sense of satisfaction every time I visit a funeral home visitation and see one of my caskets being used.
This world is not permanent. The bodies that we have in this world are not permanent either. We will hand them back to God. And so the Abbey casket, in its simplicity, is supposed to reflect something of that. And so that's why it's made of natural wood, simple design, handcrafted by real human beings. Our caskets are priced more than simply competitively. We want to keep the price as low as we can. We're not in this to make a grand profit. Abbey Caskets helps offset some of the costs that are entailed when a monastic community comes together to live, to pray, and to work.
The wood we purchase is from local suppliers. The hardwood's actually yielded out of the woods right here in the state of Indiana. When we start the building process on the caskets, the hardwoods and the plywoods are brought in. They're all taken to the CNC so they can get machined, holes drilled, angles cut, all the parts so everything just fits perfectly together.
Go ahead and assemble the boxes first, the lower half of the casket usually. Do the sanding and the trimming and things like that on that, and then we'll start making parts for the lids.
The lids are put together, the boxes are put together, and then they go to another sanding process. After that sanding process, they'll go in, get the stains put on, and then they go get the sealers.
After everything's all been through finished, then we'll take them to our clean building and start the trimming process, putting the handles on, the hinges, the hardware, latches, everything, and then put the interiors into the casket, get the lids installed on, and then the final step is to make sure they're all cleaned up nice and put them in box and get them ready for delivery.
The simple lines, the simple design, the lack of complexity is what we're striving for here to signify the monastic lifestyle and the monastic ideal.
The most satisfying thing is to have a working relationship with someone that cares so much about the details and the quality that we're trying to provide for family members at possibly the worst time of somebody's life.
I think for most of those people, it connects them to our spirituality, which they're already very attracted to. The Abbey casket brings along with it the whole sense of our tradition, our hospitality, the sense of peace that people experience here. They're able to take home a piece of St. Meinrad as well as support through the financial contribution of the purchase itself, the work that goes on here that they already believe in. Wanting to be buried in a casket from St. Meinrad Arch Abbey is a very intimate way of connecting at a deep and profound level with the spirituality of the Benedictines here at St. Meinrad.